Carbon Frost. Today we're going to be, and there's Zach.
I'm Carbon, and I just got some new Nelk merch, so we're going to be unboxing. How's it going, everybody? My name is Mallet, and as you may have noticed, this is not a normal video by any means. This is actually to celebrate 1,000 subscribers, which has taken me almost 10 years on YouTube since the day I created my channel. And I just wanted to give thanks to everyone, share a little bit more about me and my story. Even for people that know me, probably don't know a lot of the stuff I'm going to be talking about in this video. Let's get right into it. So it really dates back to 2014, which I believe I was in 6th or 7th grade. I was in middle school, and I watched a few YouTube videos that motivated me to start my own YouTube channel, and since then I've really just never stopped. It's always been something that I enjoyed making or enjoyed doing. I had a big passion for it all the way up until now, 10 years later, and I just love to create. I love entertaining people. It's super fun. There's nothing like it, building a community here on a social platform. It's awesome. But yeah, dating back to about 6th or 7th grade, I would upload mostly gaming videos at the time. My first ever video was called Welcome to My Channel, and that was kind of giving people an insight as to what I thought I was going to be uploading. But I stuck to gaming videos because that's kind of what I was into at the time. It was like Madden, Grand Theft Auto, what else there? Call of Duty. I was big into Call of Duty at the time, so it's just stuff that I was already doing, and I figured why not make videos and try to entertain people doing it. Early on, it was really difficult. This is probably the hardest time I've ever had with anything. I uploaded my first few YouTube videos, and obviously the only people that knew about it were people I went to school with, and I instantly started getting like hate threats, death threats, really mean, nasty comments on my videos, and you know, they would really get to me because I wasn't used to handling this all this hate, all this hatred towards me. I didn't really understand where it was coming from. The content I was making was not controversial by any means. It was purely me just commentating over gameplays that I was doing, or like telling stories about my life. So it was a really difficult time, really depressed, and then I don't know, it took me probably a few months to about a year, and eventually I was able to kind of get over the hump, and I was just able to not let it affect me as much. Obviously words still hurt, but I apply that to a lot of the stuff in my life. When anything negative happens, I always try to look for a positive. And the way I saw it was, if they're commenting on my videos, I must be doing something right. And even if I wasn't, they were watching it, they were still giving me a view, and honestly, a comment at that rate. So I try to turn every negative into a positive, and it definitely sucked for a little bit of time there, but we got over it. I didn't upload too many videos by the time I got into high school, which was the span of 2016 through 2020. And during that time, I uploaded majority of the YouTube videos I've ever posted to this channel. I was posting probably 2 to 3 videos a week for the majority of my high school career, I guess you would call it. Just really making videos on whatever. I know a few people had reached out to me that watched my channel, specifically girls, because they didn't care so much for the video games, but they wanted to support me in any way that they could. So they suggested that I do more like in real life content, vlogs, and at the same time, a lot of the YouTubers I was watching, a lot of the gaming community kind of shifted over that way anyways. So I didn't really have a problem with showing more about who I was, I was also starting to drive, and I had a little more freedom open up to me. So yeah, high school was definitely a fun time. I was kind of known around school by kids way younger than me and way older than me as the YouTuber throughout school. I guess it was kind of a good and kind of a bad thing because it even got to the point where teachers started to find out about my YouTube channel. People that I thought were my friends at the time went to different teachers and told them about my channel. And it actually happened twice throughout high school. It was probably both the same years, like freshman or sophomore year. And people thought it would be funny to tell my teachers about it. And, you know, I didn't really see like a problem with that at all until both of the times that a teacher played a video in my class, it was me walking into the class and seeing my video already up, seeing my face like projected at the front of the room. And I don't know, something about it just kind of made me feel uneasy because, you know, like they didn't really ask if they could play my videos. They didn't like get any sort of permission from me. And like I could get over that, but it's the fact that it became more of an embarrassment factor. And both times that was playing, like everyone was just kind of like giggling to themselves and like laughing, and I don't know, it just became this like, how much can you embarrass Sean Mallet? And it was really tough. I didn't know how to deal with that sort of thing. Luckily there was a short stint, and looking back on it, it was kind of cool that it happened because not many people can say that a video that they made was played by a teacher and shown in front of their high school class. Nowadays, I'm sure, you know, with TikTok and stuff, everyone makes videos and teachers would probably deny any sort of that. But I mean, I love teachers being supportive. I'm all for that. But at the same time, it's not like they credited me at all. Like they didn't like get any sort of okay with me. They didn't ask me to talk about it. That's probably the first time they've done something like this. So I forgive them. I'm not holding any grudges, but I was just kind of like an embarrassment factor throughout, and I just continued making videos. I really didn't stop for anyone regardless of what people said because I'd already been through much worse in middle school, as I previously mentioned. As I got older, I obviously started to mature a little bit more. A lot of those videos I have since privated or unlisted just because I feel like they're not the best content that I could have been making. They're still a part of my story, but it just doesn't represent my channel and what I make anymore. So I've taken most of those videos down except for some of them that are pretty essential or like that I really enjoyed making. So there's only a few of them up. But yeah, then I landed into junior year. Before I knew it, I had my driver's license. I started going out, doing more stuff. I was actively involved in football and track. So between YouTube, hanging out with friends, hanging out with family, and sports, I mean, I was a pretty busy guy. Then, about halfway through junior year of high school, I started to think about college because that's what all the teachers and advisors would talk to us about. And I really didn't plan on going to college up until this point at all. I always thought that I would somehow make it on YouTube. I'd have a video that would blow up, or I don't know. I was pretty destined that I was gonna somehow end up famous on YouTube and move out to California and get to connect with all these other creators that I watched all the time. Well, as you can tell, that didn't even come close to happening, but honestly, I'm glad that it didn't, and reality hit me. So I knew I was going to have to pay for my own college some way or another if that was something I wanted to go do. I did think about doing a gap year for quite a while. Say, oh, you know, if I really grind it out, because I was starting to get really a lot better at my editing and thumbnails and different stuff by that point. But then I was like, let's just go with college just in case. So I decided I was going to be going to college. I didn't know where, but I knew I had to pay for it. And that's when I got in contact with the National Guard recruiter. And I mean, it was as simple as them offering free college, me needing a way to pay for college. I was probably one of the easiest recruits that a recruiter has ever had because it was so easy. I've never broken a bone. I've never had any concussions. I was just like a walking green flag for recruiters, like the ideal recruit. So you can join the United States Army the day after you turn 17. If it was up to me, I would have joined the day I turned 17, a little bit before when I could have, but we got it all worked out with a recruiter, and I joined the day after I turned 17 because I wanted to get that contract started as soon as possible. And yeah, that's what I ended up doing. So my junior year of high school ended, and I went off to basic training, and it was really tough at first. Cried a couple of the first nights. It was really lonely. I had been away from my family for periods of time, going on like long weekend church retreats, and I was part of Boy Scouts in like early middle school, so I'd gone on like camping trips and stuff like that for a few days at a time. But I don't know, man, something about like not having the accessibility to have your phone and be able just to call your parents or your family members at any given moment was a little hard for me at first, but eventually I got over it and embraced the suck, as people say, but embraced the most of my time. I met a lot of great people, made some good friends, some that I even still keep in contact with today. And then 10 weeks later, basic training was all over with, and I had to head back to do my senior year of high school. And at that point, I was like, I had a different mindset. The whole summer I was thinking like, how can I make some higher quality YouTube videos? And at the time, that's when Danny Duncan was really big. I looked up to him in a lot of ways, and now it's sort of evolved to where a bunch of people make that type of content, but kind of just like messing around in public. But I knew at the same time that I was in the military and I was held to a higher standard. So I didn't want anything I did or any of my actions to reflect poorly on me just to try and make a couple extra views on a video. So I always kind of held myself back from doing anything too crazy. I did a couple videos, like I fell with a bunch of pennies in a mall. I don't even know, what else did we do? Blazing Wing Challenge. I mean, just different stuff. Nothing too crazy. And yeah, senior year went by really fast. COVID ended my senior year, so we only got 2/3 of my senior year, and then it was off to advanced individual training. AIT went by like a breeze because it was even shorter than basic. As a 12 Bravo, it was like 8 weeks, and the first 2 weeks were quarantine, which felt like forever, but after that, it flew by. Then I came back, and I had exactly 30 days from the day I got back to the day I had to move into my college dorm. Or actually, I think the start of college, so I actually had to be there a little bit sooner. So I just lived it up. I didn't bother wasting time at all because I had known that like in a month I was going to be off at college and away from everyone. So yeah, freshman year happened. I got randomly assigned a roommate, and he never moved in at all. So I had an extra bed, which led me to invite my brother up multiple times and different friends and have them up for the weekend and kind of show them the ropes around college. But it was pretty lonely because most of the classes were on Zoom, even though I was on campus, and I didn't really know many people at the time. I knew some friends that I went to high school with, but I really just didn't get out too much, and it was another little like dark time. But during that time, one positive came out of it, and I uploaded a few YouTube videos about the military and just like my basic training experience and my 12 Bravo AIT experience, and also some stuff related to COVID because that was also super big at the time. Now, when I first uploaded these, I mean, they did all right, I guess you would say, like a couple hundred views, short of 1,000, something like that. I don't know, nothing too crazy. And then I got into more of the college scene the second semester of freshman year. It was more partying, more drinking, and that kind of carried on from the end of freshman year to about the end of junior year of college, I would say. I also do just want to say, towards the end of my freshman year of college, my unit got activated for the Derek Chauvin trials, and that honestly was a very unique experience. At that point, I'd probably only been in my unit for about 7 or 8 months, and during that time, we definitely got to know each other a lot better. I felt a lot more confident in my tasks and what was expected of me, and I think it forced a lot of us to really realize like what we were getting ourselves into. So yeah, as I said before, sophomore year, junior year, just kind of like a blur. It was partying, hanging out with friends, drinking, turning 21, the usual college stuff. And throughout this whole time, I was really stuck as to what to make YouTube videos about, because I got really into weightlifting and I thought I had some good knowledge on lifting. And then by this point, those military videos I uploaded picked up and they each had a couple thousand views. And to this day, they're some of my most viewed videos. So I kind of knew that, but I still felt like at the time, I didn't quite have as much information as I do now. So it kind of strayed me away from making more of those videos. And then lifting, like, a little bit of like social anxiety, I guess. I just didn't want to be that person that would bring a camera into the college school gym and like portray that I'm this like big influencer, or start talking to a camera super loudly when it wasn't that loud of a gym to begin with. And I don't know, just different stuff. I didn't want to build a bad reputation. I guess I really was just trying to people please. I cared more about what people thought of me. So I was really stuck, but the whole time I was like just overthinking about what I could be making YouTube videos on and how I could come back at this thing full speed ahead. And I just got in this like mental block where I couldn't figure out what to upload or what to publish. Throughout college, I did obtain a digital art and photography degree because I do enjoy photo, video, and I actually learned that I have a passion for graphic design as well. I just recently graduated. Sorry, I'm kind of all over the place, but I just recently graduated a couple of weeks ago. Well, I'm recording this in May of 2024. I would hope that this video will go up either later this month or possibly in June or July, but yeah, so I knew that was something I always had a passion for, so that's what I went to school for. So that way, even though I wasn't creating YouTube videos, I was still creating some sort of art and still doing stuff with photo and video at the same time. And then this most recent year, 2023 to 2024, senior year, I wrapped up my last year of school. I really just kind of put my head down and grinded. I had to catch up on credits a little bit, so I wasn't too focused on doing too many other things. I cut down on the drinking, I cut down on the partying quite a bit. And I met a beautiful girlfriend of mine. Her name is Berkeley. Maybe I'll introduce her to you guys one day on the channel. But yeah, so now we are done with college. The year is 2024. And essentially I just got like super bored. Like the schoolwork started to let up towards the end of the semester. And I actually, as part of a senior project, I had to make some sort of short film and actually an online exhibition kind of like created by me that featured some of my artwork. So one common theme throughout was kind of like storytelling and stuff about my military experience, because as an art student, I mean, I was the only one that graduated this year from the art program in my school that was in any branch of the military. So I thought that shedding a light onto that would be cool, and as part of making that video, I threw it onto YouTube so that way I could kind of know like how many people had viewed my website and how many people had watched my video. And that video did extremely well. It gained 1,000 views within like the first 2 days. So it was really cool to know that that many people throughout the university cared about the stuff that I was making. And it kind of reminded me, I went back and looked at those other military videos I had uploaded in the past, and I really realized that I know a lot more now. I'm passionate about making that type of stuff, and I like to build a community, and this is the best way that I know how, is by uploading YouTube videos and parents commenting on my videos about their children shipping out to training, or even young recruits, young soldiers that are just joining and wishing them good luck on their ship out. So since then, I've uploaded quite a few videos, as you can tell, and the subscriber count really started picking up. The views, I mean, it's not hard to say that everything started to go up when I wasn't uploading videos for the past 2 or 3 years, but the amount of success is a little overwhelming, and it's a little more than I actually thought it was going to be. I thought this would take a little more time to get the ball rolling, but the numbers are just going. So I decided I would start making this video now and just share what this is all about, because as you're watching this, we've now hit 1,000 subscribers. But it's been a journey, and I wanted to let you guys in to a little bit of my life, tell a little bit about my story, and yeah. Thank you all for watching. Thanks for all your support. For anyone that has watched my videos, liked my videos, commented on my videos, or even subscribed at any point throughout the last 10 years. I really do appreciate it. It means a lot, and I look forward. Hopefully it doesn't take another 10 years to get to 2,000 subscribers, but it's whatever. It's all part of the journey. Thank you all for watching. My name is Sean Mallet. Peace out.